I'm sorry if I offended anybody. I can't help that. That's who I am.
I can't see anybody offended at the
Oh,
presence of
no,
God.
no.
You're offended in the presence of God. You don't know you're in the presence of God.
That's correct. And I have a problem with that. I love God, Milton.
Yeah, me too.
I love him. And I just want to be what he called me to be.
Yeah.
And so now I'm not just a pastor. I've been pastoring 31 years. I've been preaching 45 years. And what happens is now that I am a bishop, God has called me higher for purpose.
For purpose. It's all for purpose.
Don't forget, even the fivefold ascension gifts are for purpose, for the perfecting of the saints,
Yeah.
for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Christ. That's what I really want to do. That's what lights me up. That's what gets me up out of bed every morning.
Yeah.
That's my passion. I can't help myself.
I was going to ask you about that because, I got it installed in January, but I became the interim in September. But almost as soon as it was official, you know what I mean? As soon as the bishop came and laid hands on me and said, "You're the pastor," almost every day, actually, not a day goes by that I don't think about the faces of every single person in that church that I'm now the pastor of.
Oh, yeah.
Every single day, I find myself, whether internally or externally, praying for these people without, you know how sometimes you pray about something and it takes some leading, it takes some prompting?
Yeah.
Without any prompting. I just, I could be in the middle of doing something and Sister So-and-so will pop up in my face. And it's almost completely it completely overtakes whatever. The priority becomes pray for this person. The priority becomes be concerned about
Absolutely.
the well-being and the spiritual well-being of this person. And I've never experienced that before, you know what I mean? Been on the other side of it for some time, been on the, carrying briefcases and holding, robes and things of that sort, helping get dressed and all that kind of stuff. And now to be on the other side of it, it's just like, woo, there's a whole nother lifestyle.
Think it not strange. You're in a different position. You're in the role of pastor.
Yeah.
Much like Moses and every high priest that had to go into the tabernacle for their people. They wore a breastplate. And on that breastplate were stones, 12 stones to be exact, which represented the 12 tribes of Israel. So whenever he went into that holy place, and that most holy place, guess who went in with him? His people.
Yeah.
So guess what? Don't think it's strange. It's going to wake you up at night when you're the shepherd. Because a lot of people are pastoring, but they're not shepherds.
Ugh.
They're not taking care of the people. They're not caring for the people. They're not really loving the people. So I'm saying to you, that's a good thing. Don't ever let that loose. Don't ever let that go. After God comes your people. Actually, after God comes your wife.
Thank you for helping me with that.
Oh, yeah. Because you're not married to the church. You're married to your wife. That because God honors family. After himself, God honors family. After he created everything on the earth, everything. He created man, said, now I'm going to rest. But after that, after he created every beast, every animal, every tree, every fish, every bird, he created family.
Yeah.
Don't you ever forget that, Milton. Don't ever forget that. Because if you don't care for your family, you don't have a ministry. Your family is your first ministry. Yeah. Remember that.
Yes, ma'am.
She comes first. I now know you're getting married soon. You got 2 days.
2 days.
You got 2 days to go. And I'm going to be sitting right there cheering you on.
Thank you.
Cheering you on and letting you know. Because you've been an example too. You've been an example in the body of Christ. I know you from, actually I know you from my friend Wayne Powell's church, Straight Gate. I know you from my other friend, Carlton Sproul.
That's right.
Which was Allen Memorial
That's
Church
right.
of God in Christ.
That's right.
So I know you too. I've been watching you too. I came to your recording.
I will never forget when I looked up and saw your face sitting in the front row.
Yeah.
I was like, is that Bishop Michel White Haynes?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
I can't go on.
Oh, please.
I could not believe it. I could not believe it.
But
And you've been to more than one. You've been to
I have.
all of them.
That's correct. I love you.
I love you
You're,
right back.
You're a man of character. You're a man of dignity. You're a man of class. You've carried yourself.
Thank you.
You've carried yourself, and the Lord called you where He wants you to be, to shepherd His people. You're humble. You are humble. That's the only way you can be used of God. Pride goes before a great fall.
Yeah.
Stay who you are. Don't let this pastorate get to your head. That's the mistake many young pastors are making. They see it as a time to get glory instead of give glory. Never get more than you give.
Never get more than you give.
It's more blessed to give than to receive. Even within the subject of the glory, it's better to give glory than to receive glory. And I think, as I look back over my world, I think that has been half my battle, actually. If I've succeeded at all, half of the reason for that success is because I've kept myself grounded. I have not believed my own hype, if you will. I've never had to blow my own horn.
Yeah.
I don't walk in a room with a card and give to the ushers and says, I'm Bishop Michel White Haynes. I just walk in. Because when God is in your life, you have His presence.
Yeah.
So when you walk in a room, you have presence. But let it be the presence of the Lord that allows you to be seen and heard and thought well of. If I've gained any praise, Andre Crouch wrote that song.
Let it go to
He
Calvary.
wrote that song.
Yes,
Let
he
it
did.
go to Calvary. If it had not been, Milton, for the Lord, you see me
On
now,
my side.
baby.
Yeah.
You see me now, but you don't know where I've been. You don't know what I had to go through to get here. Remember that. Mark somebody that has something to tell you. Keep speaking to people who you've seen emulate Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Not just preach Him,
Emulate.
but emulate Him. Be Him, if you will. Because sometimes we're the only Jesus that people see. Because they're not going to read the Bible. They're not going to read the Bible. They're not going to do anything like that. We are living epistles. And I try to be that every day. Every day.
Living epistles.